At this point, you should recognize what this box is. This is another PSA grade return. Actually, that sent in, I believe, December like 15th, right before the holidays on Express. And it was expensive. This was like, I'm not gonna lie, this cost like $2 grand to do. And I honestly didn't think about it until I sent it in. I kind of just honestly figured, screw it, because there's some cool stuff in here I wanted to get graded right away. And yeah, here we are now. I'm thinking like I should have honestly waited. And speaking of which, they actually got cheaper submissions now. I think it's like $100 a card. I think for Express it was $150 a card, which I still don't recommend. And honestly, I feel like we're just probably never going to get back to how it used to be with grading cards, where you'd be able to just send stuff in for like $10 a card, forget about it for like a month, and then be excited when randomly shows up. Unfortunately, that era is so dead and gone. But it is what it is. Ooh, okay, I see something already at the top. Oh yeah, because it's also Express, everything that's been submitted in this comes in a nice little sleeve. I like how they will only send you the sleeves if you pay premium money to get stuff graded, which is kind of crazy. These are not premium cards, by the way. I think there's like maybe a handful there are, but for the most part, they're all pretty generic cards that came out recently. A lot of modern day stuff that I just want to get graded because I had it. And yeah, and right off the bat, like I said, we got Celebrations Mew. This is going to be a 10. Yeah, if this was going to be a 9, I would have been upset because I spent $150 to get this graded. At this point, I could have probably bought a PSA 10 for like $200. That's the problem with like grading modern day cards. I don't recommend it at all. Number one, you may want to get them early, which by the way, speaking with, I just got this, much love to ZNG Emporium. I just bought this. I saw it pop up on eBay and it was a steal. It was like $800. I could not say no. Well, I think I put my max to like 1,000. But I've always wanted a PSA 10 Garchomp LV.X. This is like the last card I really wanted from the LV.X era. The only one remaining from right now is a PSA 10 LV.X Gengar. If anybody has one, reach out to me, email me, or drop me a comment or something, but probably email me. And if you have a good price on it, I will buy it. But outside that, Garchomp and Gengar were like the last ones I wanted, and Garchomp is now off my list. But yeah, I don't recommend getting these graded because by the time you get this back, right now, I could have spent probably $200, which would save the boxes that I would have bought, and also grading fees. Although I think this is like a $300 card somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't really know. I don't really care about prices, nor do I like listing prices, just because like I just don't care about the numeric value behind cards. But it is a beautiful Mew. This is one of the most beautiful Mews that I've ever seen in my entire life. And in fact, speaking of which, this is the second most beautiful Mew. It's a 10. I'm so happy that one's a 10. Now, unfortunately, you did not see me pull this. This was the greatest box of all time. In this box, I pulled both the VMAX alternate art Gengar and this Mew. I did not record it. I'm upset because I remember I opened, I want to say like 4 boxes. I remember saying to myself, I'm like, I'm not going to record this because it's probably going to be ass. And of course, that was the one box where everything possible that you want to pull was all in the same box. And actually, I sent the Gengar off to my good friend M. So much love to her. She actually got that as a gift the other day because that was like her favorite card in the set. But this is the one that I wanted the most because I'll never forget. I pulled the Gengar. I got so excited. I'm like, damn. No alternate art in this one. And literally the next pack was this. It's like that box was there to bless both of us, which is kind of dope. But yeah, it's funny. I actually mailed that card to her the same time I got this graded. And I think she just got it like 2 days ago. And I just got this back today. But look at this. These two literally are just, the art is beautiful. And one day I hope that they release an alternate art Lugia next. Because they're letting Lugia just not exist right now. God, this is so cool. I'm so happy I got this in my collection. And this as well. Again, this is, I feel like it's one of those cards where like 10 years from now, we're going to look back like, damn, they released that? That's so cool. All right, what's next? Ooh, we got a Dragon Ball card. This is going to be a 9. They're always 9s, man. They're always 9s. They're always 9s. I pulled this actually myself. You guys remember I did a random fossil opening like a year and a half ago probably at this point. And I still have one more heavy pack left. And I almost am guaranteed that the pack is going to have Gengar next. Because I remember I bought, I think it was like 15 packs. And of those 15s, like 9 were heavy. And I pulled every single holo out except Gengar. And they all came from the same box. So I bet you that last pack I have left is going to be Gengar. Or it might be Lapras. I don't really know. Or it could be another Dragonite as well. When am I going to open that? I have no idea. But I feel like, honestly, I should just send this to BGS. Because I don't know what it is about modern day cards. I feel like they will purposely just not give certain cards 10s just because they're older. Like this card has no print lines. I remember I quadruple checked it. If anything, you could probably say it's the centering, even though for the most part it's still 60-40. And the back looks great. Like it's just, if you see anything, it's on the case. But like it's a great card. And I just feel like they see WotC holos from 1999, they automatically just stamp it a 9, or they Throw a dart. If it lands in a 10, they give it a 10. I bet you if I regrade this several times, 100 times, it's going to come back a 10. But I also don't want to spend 150 cards, 150 per card to do that, which, you know, it sucks as well. I was worried at first because the last time I sent this in, and I think I got the regrades back as well. I got a PSA 8 on the SPR signed UI Goku, which is like one of the holy grails in the set. I don't know what it was. These cards grade so well. Pretty much, if you pull a card, you can damn near buy it. You can damn near play with it in a minute. It'll still be a 10. The quality on the Dragon Ball Super cards is so good that it's so rare to get anything under a 10. But last time with me getting that 8 on that UI Goku, I was just like, damn. So I resubmitted that, and I'm hoping that at least gets a 9 because I feel like it was really, really harshly graded. Because honestly, it just comes down to the grader. And I don't really know if they use AI technology yet, which I know that they got recently. Well, recently, like a couple months ago. But if they did, then it should theoretically still be a PSA when we get to the card. But this is actually a fantastic card. I love the art that they have on the DBS cards. And honestly, I will say this, the art has not been as good with the more recent releases. I feel like they're kind of starting to fall off, which means the value, the collector value of the older cards is only going to go up. And even though this is 2021, it still is an older release, that makes sense. Everything that's come out since this release has not been that great art-wise, in my opinion. At least stuff that I remember. Maybe there's a couple cards here and there that were cool, but for the most part, I'm noticing that the art quality is starting to fall off. But the card quality is still like immaculate. That's a win. We can hang out in the back over here. All right, next one. Oh, this is going to be also a 10. It's a modern day card. Please, please. Again, I probably would have saved more money just buying this PSA 10 because I think I spent like $200 on this card plus $150 on grading. So what is that? 350, 450, 350. Math. 350-ish. No, because I think this is like a $700 card I tried to buy before. I just love the alternate art. They look so good. I feel like the alternate art cards that they release now are going to age so much better than any other card that they released in Pokemon in a long time. And that says something. I mean, like, look, I love the nostalgic art that they have and things like this. But like, let's be real now. Like where's the Mew? Let's be real. Let's be real. The modern day art, all we have here is nostalgia. The modern day art is just untouchable. Untouchable. So yeah. But the bad news is, I also feel like if you want to talk about value, which is always going to be a hot topic in anything collectible, the pop report on all these is ridiculous. Although I think the pop report for these two are just non-existent because no one's paying the money I'm paying to get these graded. If they had regular $10 per card submissions, these would probably be in the thousands because anybody that pulled this would have got it graded. Which means there's always that off chance, but by the time the prices go down, anybody that kept these in okay conditions might not be PSA 10 worthy, if that makes sense. So maybe because of the current situation, some of these modern day cards are going to be better as far as growth value wise. But for me, it's always just going to be art first. Like, look, this is so beautiful. So beautiful. Like, this right here, I feel like it's just top notch. Top notch. All right, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? That's what I want to see. I don't even care what the second one is. Oh, we got 10 back to back. Nice. We got Yugioh back here. What did I send? I'll figure out in a second. That is very, very good. That's fantastic even. Ooh. Okay. So these are the two that I pulled. If you remember, I bought like 50 packs from Troll and Toad. And in that batch of 50, I pulled 2 of these. In the hundreds that I've opened since then, I have not gotten another Charizard. It's crazy how my luck only gave me those that one time. But that's cool. Although I'm pretty sure, I think I checked the power report for these the other day. It was like in the 900 range. This is definitely something that everybody was trying to express grade, so you can try to like flip it real fast. And I think honestly, I probably could have paid a little bit above what it would cost to get the card and for the grading fees and basically just skip the whole grading process. Because I want to say it's probably like a $300 or $400 card if you buy it straight up. But that also varies based on the demand and supply. If no one's selling it, then the price will go up, if that makes sense. So yeah. Okay, but that's exciting. I'm happy I got 2 of these as a 10. Great. Awesome. Well, that was pretty painless. Until the next Charizard comes out, which is going to be the Climax one. Oh, that one hurts. This is not one I can get. This is definitely not one I can get as a PSA 10 straight up. Why did this get an 8? It's probably the back. So here's the problem. You can probably see. You see like all the little like, you see the smudges in the back? Every single one of these had this crazy amount of surface smudging on the back. And that's probably what it is. But I feel like I spent the last like 4 months trying to find a good condition alternative blue eyes, and this is one of the best ones that I've found. It doesn't have the best centering in the front, but it has the best of what I've found. So yeah, that kind of sucks, unfortunately. Yeah. I think that the couple times I've seen PSA 10s listed, they were selling for like 3 or 4 grand, because the pop report is literally like 7. It's something crazy, because again, all of these came out bad. And the thing that bothers me is there's so many grading inconsistencies that I'm willing to bet that the 10s that exist probably have the same smudges in the back, or they have like centering issues, stuff like that. But as far as print lines, there's no print lines on this. Print lines for most of these have been graded that I've come across. So yeah, but unfortunately this one's an 8. The one that I pulled myself a couple months ago came back a 9. So I guess I'm gonna just hang on to that. But I don't think we're gonna ever get a 10 of this, which it is what it is. Maybe the price will go down one day and I'll be able to snag one. But in the meantime, it's just I can't win in that department. Another 10. Love to see that. Again, pretty stupid to get these grades, especially the Blastoise, which is way less demand. I could have just bought this, but again, I pulled this. A lot of these, every single celebration card you see in the set, I personally pulled. It's not a Brian video without me bumping the camera. I personally pulled, and that's mainly why I also wanted to get graded. I held on to them long enough, and I feel like, again, by the time you know, they have normal prices, I'll probably just move on to the next project as far as collecting and stuff like that. But yeah, this is still a beautiful card. I love that they included Blastoise in this set. I absolutely love that they gave Blastoise some love. All right, next one. This is gonna be a 10. No, it's a 9. Why is this a 9? What did we? What did the what? That's interesting. Interesting. Oh, it's probably because of centering. Because look, the top to bottom is pretty bad, but everything else is fine. Like corners, edges, surface is probably a 10. I'm surprised that it got to the 9, but I sent in 2, which is fine. And I take double the L today. Man, that sucks. Is it the centering in this one as well? It is. It's the top to bottom. Did the center really like push it that far off? I guess it did. I guess it did. The reason why I sent these in is I think Magikarp and Umbreon are like the best you can get in the set next to the starters. And the pop report for these is really low because nobody almost got these graded. Unless everybody sent theirs and they all got 9s as well. But I'm shocked. Funny, I still don't have a PSA 10 shiny Magikarp, surprisingly. I tried to get one a while back, and then the prices got way too crazy for them. All right. Don't be a 9. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Again, Mewtwo is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, amongst, you know, Lugia, Charizard, Feraligatr, Gengar. So I had to send this one in. Ironically, I never liked the Mewtwo EX card that came out with this set, nor was I the biggest fan of the art, but I love the texture and pattern that they have in these re-releases. So that's why I had to get this one graded as well. Damn, I should have sent that Mew. I don't think I did not. I should have sent the Mew as well. The Mew EX from, was it Legend Maker? The reprint version of that in the set. I should have sent that. I might send that off when prices get back to normal. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. So, I got this graded last time, and it came back at PSA 9. Everything that came back in that set was really, really harshly graded. And when I say harshly graded, I mean not one of those situations where like you look at a card and you think like that should have been a 10. It should have been a 10. So if it's a 9, then it's a 9. It's a 10. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. This is my problem with grading. Why was it a 9 the first time? Because this was packed fresh. There was no issues at all with the card. If anything, you can argue the centering, but it's not even like that far off. I mean, it's a little bit thicker on this side. But you can have, you know, if you have like 10 on edges, 10 on surface, 10 on whatever, and then 9.5 on centering, it's still a 10 technically, you know, because you round it up when you know, add it all together. But this card specifically, I pulled this myself. It had no damage. It had no issues at all. The corners were great. The surface was great. Like I said, the only thing that was debatable was the centering, and they gave it a 9 last time. But it's funny, again, going back to what I said about the AI technology, if they took a fingerprint of it like they mentioned, it would have been a 9 again. So it's funny. It's funny. Also, shout out to the fact that I pulled both the 10,000 Dragon and the Utopia in this set, which has me very, very excited. Now I got both of them as 10 that I pulled myself. But yeah, it's funny that this came back at 10 this time, which I mean, it's happened before. There's been many situations where I get something graded and I'll be like, how's this a 9? And then when I get a regrade, it comes back at 10. So again, it's always been the consistency issue that I hope that AI grading will fix. But this is gonna be the true test right here. This is the card. It's one of the holy grails in the DBS TCG. This was an 8. An 8. I remember I bought this for $400, and I was like, damn, an 8 is rough. And it's a 10 now. I mean, I'll be real with you. I think it deserved to be a 10, but like, how do you go from an 8 to a 10? Like, seriously. Yo, shout out to everybody that told me in that video that I need to get this graded again, because an 8 made 0 sense. Because there's nothing wrong with this card. The centering is on point. The edges are great. I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't like go all the way over this card. This is definitely a big W. Big W. And then we also got this to go along with it. All right. Cool. Well, let's see what happens again, I guess. The next PSA return video will probably be months from now. There's still 4 submissions from like a year and a half ago that they have. But I feel like because it's been a year and a half, at some point I'm going to get a notification from Luckin saying, hey, it's on the way back. So whenever that happens, we'll do more. But as far as getting more stuff graded, I'm probably going to just start buying PSA 10s directly as they start popping up, like I did with the Garchomp, as opposed to grading it myself, because it's just getting too expensive and it takes way too long. So unless we go back to that era where grading was just so easily accessible, I'm probably not going to do it anywhere nearly as much as I did before. But for these specifically, I wanted to get these graded, especially this Mew and the Blaziken that I have for months. And then of course I wanted to get these submitted, but this has me shocked right now. That's crazy. So, yeah. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. But if you have anything you want to talk about down below, feel free to drop me a comment and a thumbs up as well if you enjoyed the PSA return today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.